Pope Shenouda III, Saint Marcus, Patriarch of Alexandria.
Continue with part to David the prophet and the king. Although of David greatness in his love to God, but as all of us, he is a man, who fall in the weakness of mankind. He had also fallen. He had fallen in adultery sin with Bathsheba,
wife of Uriah the Hittite, the soldier in David's troops. This makes us wonder why God had chosen him. And he knows that David will commit this sin.
even God forbidden David to build God's temple because of this sin.
Greatness of David lies in his fast repentance from his sins.
His inner heart state is loving God, and his sins was exceptional for him. David humblens also a unique trait in his character. David is appointed as a servant to Saul, to play on the harp when Saul is troubled by an evil spirit.
David, you are a king and accepted to be a servant at Saul.
You David, who God said about him, "His spirit of the Lord came upon David."
From that day forward to Saul, who an evil spirit from God troubleth him.
Here we ask, is Satan powerful or weak? Satan is strong in front of weak people, and Satan is weak in front of a strong person. Satan is strong in front of a sinner, and Satan is weak in front of a righteous person. Satan is strong in front of the person where
the soul of God departed from him, and weak in front of a person where God's spirit
is residing in him. Satan is strong in front of young lad David. Satan is weak in front of King Saul.
David was stronger than Satan. But the most distinguished in all this is that David has the Spirit of God. God allowed an evil spirit to trouble Saul's spirit. Who can conquer him? Satan got the authority
From God against Saul.
The only one who can conquer him is someone
Who has the Spirit of God? Satan sees David, and so he flees from Saul's spirit, and
God sees David and so elevates his anger from Saul. David stood as a middleman between Saul and God's wrath from Saul. David became from the physical point.
he became his Amor, while from a spiritual aspect. David was holding the Spirit of God, and so Satan flee from him.
David cast out devil from King Saul,
Playing on harp, praying to God. His praying was accepted by God, and so Saul returned to his peaceful mind and spirit.
and Saul sent to Jesse, saying, Let David, I pray thee,
Stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. Evil spirits cast away not because of the harp playing,
but because of David.
David also respected Saul, although this evil spirit in him. Saul humiliated and chased him, and when David had
The chance to revenge, as some of his soldiers tried to.
make him revenge on Saul, and all terrible he made to.
David, but we find David says, and he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto. My master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth mine
hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. We find David mourns. Saul says, How are the mighty fallen?
and the weapons of war perished.
He was sincere in his love to Saul. After we see Saul speaks about David, he hath found
Favor in my sight, and after David beat Goliath, envy entered Saul's heart and started to chase him from one city to another, searching to kill David, even
when he took David a husband to his daughter Michal, was to make this marriage a trap for him.
all his guilty is for the purity of his heart and strong personality. David have different kinds of tribulations. His brothers envied him, Goliath challenge, Saul's chasing to him.
Different ruling problems in the kingdom. Absalom's problem for his sister Tamar, and many other tribulations.
The question is, God, what all these tribulations in David's life? God replies, tribulations protect spiritual gifts. As we see, Paul says, in order not to be exalted above. He
Measured through
started
the
to decline
abundance of
and
the
make sins.
revelations.
There was given to me a thorn in the flesh. Tribulations taught David the Psalms, prayers, crying, and humbleness. Out of the depths have I cried unto thee, O Lord. We ask God, Davis is still a lad, wait for him to grow up person. God says, no, I will give him tribulation for him to grow.
Grow in his heart, in his spirit, in his understanding.